in my therapy classes was notoriously a bad student. Actually, I got great grades in it, but like my own appraisal of myself, I was a bad student. All I would do, and part of it was a little bit of snobbery. Like, I got my Arbinger stuff, I love my Arbinger stuff, and I can see through these other things, right? Anyway, so they'd give these assignments and I would read about these other modalities just enough to go like, oh, like here's the Arbinger slant on that. And then I would quickly pivot from here, this is saying this, pivot to Arbinger, and then I would just write about Arbinger. And luckily, my teacher accepted that in my assignments. You know what I mean? But I'm curious, is it Carl Rogers? Yeah, the Rogerian, what is it? Positive regard, unconditional positive regard. That's this Rogerian idea. And that I think is true. Like you have to think good things about your client, patient.
For me, I would say I just need to see their humanity.
Well, and here's the interesting part for me.
Good and bad.
When people interact with that, when I would hear discussions in class, they would say, so you have somebody who beats up women and you need to have unconditional positive regard for them. So, and I kind of get that from our opening stanza of we need to care and who's going to consider that they're the problem. Being a bad student, I'm not sure if it ever addresses this. I'm curious if you think back to any exposure you've had to, to Carl Rogers. Does it ever attempt to say like how to do that? Like how to have an unconditional positive regard? Because that's a tall ask. And to me, it sounds almost like faking it to be like, oh, like you beat your wife on a daily basis. I unconditionally positively regard you. Please continue. You know what I mean? Like there's an absurdity to it. Yeah. Unless you can answer for me, how do I have a positive regard for someone doing that making that big of a mistake? But if you can do that, I think part of the self-deception, part of the I can't hear you, I can't consider that I'm the problem. I think what they can't consider is that it's too painful that they might be a bad person.
But that assumes that they kind of know deep down they're doing bad things.